Next one is delusion, mom. So delusion. Delusion is defined as the false belief based on incorrect inference of external reality that is firmly held despite of objective and obvious contradictory proof or evidence is provided. So delusion is defined as a false firm belief based on an incorrect inference of external reality. Incorrect inference of an external reality that is firmly held despite objective and obvious contradictory proof or evidence is provided. Causes. The exact cause are unknown. Different hypotheses suggest delusion as a genetic event, distorted way of people to explain life to themselves or the ways to coping with life with high self-esteem. So the causes include the patient suggests it may be due to genetic event or the patient in order to survive a good life, the patient he himself will think something such that he believes that despite someone proves that it is wrong also, the patient will believe that he is correct like that. In order to cope up his life, that is the main motto here. Talking about the types of delusion, the patient will have delusion of grandeur, delusion of poverty, delusion of infidelity, delusion of control, delusion of persecution, delusion of reference, delusion of self-reproach, hypochondrial delusion, Cotard delusion, delusion of doppelganger. Delusion of grandeur is that the patient will think that he is superior of someone. He is always the superior one, that is delusion of the grandeur. Whereas the delusion of the poverty is that despite he is rich, the patient will be that he is very poor. That is the delusion of the poverty. Your friends may be there, no. The patient will be the students of medical students. Some friends of you, despite having more money, the patient will say, the student will say, the friends will say that I have no money, now please buy and give me, like that. So they might have the delusion of the poverty. Delusion of infidelity, that patient, the person thinks that her partner, his or partner, are not unfaithful. Delusion of control. The patient will think that the thought of the feelings or action being controlled by an external power. Delusion of persecution. He thinks that something that related to the patient, that the patient may think that something is murdered or robbed by the relative. Delusion of reference. The patient will think that thought of everything has a significance, that everything will have something or a reason. They will find some reason. Delusion of self-reproach. Thought of a reproach for imaginary guilty. So they will think that they did something wrong and they will do correction to them, which is not actually wrong. But they think that the thing is very wrong and they do something for it. That is the thing. Hypochondrial delusion. In this, the patient thinks that he is having some disease or a disorder. That is the hypochondrial delusion. What is Cotard delusion? So, in that the patient will say, my husband is not there. Despite he or she is saying, her husband is in front of her, the patient will say, my husband is not there, where is my husband, give me, like that. That is Cotard delusion. Delusion of doppelganger, where this is not my husband, this is the someone, a person who is looking like a same like my husband, but he is not my husband, like that. This is delusion of doppelganger. Cotard delusion is something that she or he will deny the someone's existence. Delusion of the doppelganger is someone like he or she is a same looking person, but not that person who is related to me. That is the delusion of doppelganger. Treatment is psychotherapy is the only mode to treat the delusional thought. Individual psychotherapy, cognitive behavioral therapy, and the family therapy are some useful methods. One more time, a short summary before summary. Try to subscribe my channel. So delusion. Delusion is a false firm belief that the patient may think due to the incorrect inference of the external reality that is firmly held by the patient, despite there is a contradictory and obvious objective proof has been given to the patient. Exact causes are unknown, but it is said that it is due to a coping mechanism for a patient or a genetic cause. Types: grandeur, poverty, infertility, infidelity, grandeur, poverty, persecution, infidelity, control, and reference, self-reproach, hypochondrial, cotard, and doppelganger. Treatment is psychotherapy and family therapy, cognitive behavioral therapy. That's all. Thank you.